I just spent 2 weeks traveling in the Galapagos Islands and I did something I never do. I tracked my budget. I'm going to share with you everything I spent in the Galapagos, costs for food, accommodation, flights, all of it, and hopefully this can give you a better idea of what it really costs to visit the Galapagos. Okay, total cost spent for 2 weeks in the Galapagos Islands. This is including some things and not other things, which I will specify. The total, including accommodation, food, activities, and transportation, ended up being $934 US. Again, this is for 2 weeks. And in this cost, I am only including the flights that I took from Ecuador to the Galapagos and back. I'm not including my flights to and from South America. Because I was already traveling there for a while, the Galapagos trip was just an extra thing I did. So let's start with the biggest cost, which was transportation. Transportation was almost half of the entire cost, coming in at $484. In this cost, I'm including the round-trip flight from Guayaquil to Galapagos and back. In this, I'm also including the entry fees, like the $100 entry fee you pay when you arrive, the entry fee to visit certain islands. There's a lot of fees. I will say from my experience, getting to and from Galapagos is the expensive part. Once you're actually there, the costs are pretty low. In the 2 weeks I was there, I spent $217 US on food, and that was eating out for every meal because you can get a lot of meals at the local restaurants for like $5 to $6, which is so good. Next up, we have activities. I spent $143 US on activities, the most expensive one being the Los Toneles tour, which I took in Isabela, which was $110 US. Another day I went snorkeling and I only had to pay $3 to rent a snorkel mask. Another day I rented a bike, which only cost $10 US. You can definitely spend more on activities if you want to do every guided tour that they offer in the Galapagos. But there are so many free and beautiful things to see on the island which don't actually cost anything. Next up, we have accommodation, and I did a little cheat because I actually was here for World Packers volunteering, so I didn't end up spending that much on accommodation because in exchange for my volunteering, I received free accommodation. I only had to actually pay for 3 total nights of accommodation in the Galapagos, which was before and after my volunteering started, and that total was only $70. Super good. But I found hotel rooms there that were only $20 to $25 US per night, which is such a good deal. And then obviously, if you are open to doing a volunteer gig like I did, you won't spend any money on accommodation during your volunteer time. I have a link in my bio for $10 off a World Packers membership. But even if you don't do a volunteering, the place that I stayed was only $30 US per night, which is, again, a really good price. Overall, the Galapagos are a place where you can spend a lot of money, but you don't have to. If you're going there on a budget, try to find a volunteer gig. Stay at these hotels and hostels where you can stay for like $20 a night. Eat at the local restaurants, not the tourist traps. Really embrace and make the most of the free activities that the islands have to offer. And go and live your best life in the Galapagos and be happy to be spending the money because you're in like one of the most beautiful places in the whole world. If you have any more questions about my time in the Galapagos, you can comment them here. Love you.